Welcome back, everyone, to another video. In today's video, we're actually going to review the developers' response for Warface Breakout to some community suggestions, where they stand, what they plan on bringing in the future. This developer response was given over on Reddit, and it has a lot of insight and a lot of good stuff, and I'm very excited to go over it with you. Before we do, though, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We are all Breakout all the time. Come join us each and every single week. We're dropping videos like they're hot. Let's get into it. The developers at Warface have addressed some concerns and suggestions submitted to them by the community. The first two we're going to go over, they actually say are going to be introduced, new features and adjustments introduced here in the next update, the most recent update. Then there are 7 suggestions that they review that they say will be introduced later this year, later in 2020. Let's get right to it. The first one is harsher penalties for ruiners in hardcore. Their response to this is, we will introduce a new system of punishment in the nearest update. We will see how it goes, and if you're satisfied with it. If not, we will continue improving the system until hardcore matches become a place for competitive matches, not for team killing fun. Now, this is super important, and this obviously is going to be huge in ranked mode, right? If you have people jumping in and just killing their teammates willy-nilly to have a good laugh, ranked mode just isn't going to work. So harsher penalties for people who want to screw up hardcore mode, i.e. ranked mode that's coming, is definitely a must. It's obvious why they are introducing this in the next update, because we're getting ranked mode in the next update. So well done, developers, on this one. The next suggestion was to nerf SMGs and automatic pistols and boost shotguns. Now, I don't think SMGs necessarily need a nerf, but if people feel that they do, I think that matter obviously is up for debate. The developers responded saying that we will introduce changes to the meta from time to time, but we'll try to be very careful with it. It will not be very sensible to nerf SMGs to the ground at the moment when you started to get used to them and before the season starts. However, some balance tweaks will already be there in the next update. We're going to start with decreasing the price of some of the ARs. This is much needed because ARs are incredibly pricey and they're very powerful guns, right? But we need something, to take down that TTK a little bit and give us a little more firepower. So bringing down the prices of ARs, I think, is going to be a welcome introduction. Obviously, balancing the guns is always going to be going on. It's not something that's ever going to stop. And so I think taking a measured approach, not doing everything all at once, but doing small changes over time is going to be best, particularly in a game like this, where the bread and butter is going to be in this competitive ranked multiplayer shooter mode. Now, this begins the introductions that they say are going to be brought to the game later this year. The first suggestion brought by the community is separate statistics for each weapon type. I think this is a fantastic idea and something that definitely needs to be implemented. Anytime you offer season statistics or period statistics for any type of weapon, or overall statistics for that matter, for any type of weapon or anything you do in game, it just adds to the game. It adds to goals for the game. It adds for stuff for you to work on as a player in the game. I really, really like it. Here's the devs' feedback on it. They say, we haven't thought about separate statistics for each weapon before, and this sounds like a very nice idea to us. We know that it is very important to track your performance no matter what you do, and we will keep adding new trackable stats into the game, including separate statistics for separate weapons. Very exciting. I think eventually as these come out, it's just going to add to the game. This is like this nice little quality of life feature that it just makes games really, really nice. Next up, we have crossplay between PS4 and Xbox. Obviously, this is something that everybody in every community wants, and sometimes it's just not possible to happen. However, the devs did respond to this and say, surely crossplay will be there. It does require quite a large amount of development resources, so we're planning to introduce it in the 4th quarter of this year. Hallelujah, we are getting crossplay by the end of the year. That is very exciting. I love it. Crossplay is the future, man. Everyone's going to be in crossplay. Thank you very much, developers of Breakout, for bringing this to us. I'm looking forward to it. Quarter 4, here we come. The next suggestion is callouts for tactical actions. I would imagine this is similar to like ping mode in Apex. Apex does the best of it. A bunch of games have added it since then, and I do think this is something that's needed. Not only for teams that are communicating via voice chat, this would add to that communication in that you could say, hey, I'm over here, here we go, let's hit this target, or stuff like that, let's go get the bomb. But if you're not in chat, this makes communication viable. Here is what the developers say. They say that this is something we we'll introduce first thing after we fix the most technical issues. This is indeed a very important part of any tactical and competitive shooter, so we're planning to get it done by the third quarter. Awesome. Thank you very much, devs, for this. I think this is just going to enhance the game. I also like that they're focusing on technical issues. Don't give us all the features until the game is running smooth as butter, and then you can start giving us the features. I like the pace at which they're addressing this stuff. Well done, devs. Next up, we have training mode and hideout. Now, this is a place that you have that you can update, you can work for, earn collectibles, stuff like that, but you can also have a training mode in there, maybe a firing range. You can practice, play with your guns, see how they fire, see how your scopes work, stuff like that. Again, this is something that drops with most games, and so I'm a little bit surprised that it's not already in Breakout. Here's what the devs have said. They say, this is something that we should have introduced with the game release, yet decided to move it to a later date. The hideout will appear approximately in the third quarter and will be improved upon and updated in the fourth quarter. So we are getting it. It is coming. Very exciting. This game by the end of the year, just going off of these updates, is gonna look completely different, and it's just gonna be fantastic. Next up is the suggestion for custom rooms. This is like having custom servers. You can set up your own server with your friends, do practice, training matches, stuff like that. Players have suggested, hey, we're gonna need this for tournaments anyways. Where is this at? And the devs have responded by saying, this is a very important feature that we will definitely introduce, but at a later time, closer to the end of the year. Nice. Sweet, concise. We're getting custom rooms, baby, and they're coming. The next suggested feature addressed is region lock and ping lock. Players basically want to be able to prohibit players with high ping to access servers where users with low ping are playing. They need to be able to ask permission if the player is going to be transferred to another server, not the one they have chosen initially. The devs did respond with this, saying, I'm not sure about the ping lock. This one will be a bit complicated to introduce. However, the region lock is possible. Once they fixed most of our issues, they say we will address region lock. So region lock looks like it is coming. And last but not least, accessibility options. This is things like for colorblind, subtitles for people that are hard of hearing, just making the game more accessible to more people. They obviously said our aim is to make the most accessible game possible, and they are going to introduce this by the end of the year, which is fantastic. Making your game accessible to more people is always a bonus. It's just a plus. Overall, I like this. I like the communication by the development team. I like that they released this. I like that they're addressing player concerns. This bodes well for the future. Thank you very much, Warface developers. What do you guys think? What are some changes and suggestions you have for the game? Let me know in the comments below. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and we will see you guys next time.